What's going on, chat? Happy Wednesday. I got some I told you so breaking news to share with y'all today. So do me a favor, hit that like button and get comfortable. So anyways, today we was blessed with another unreleased, unseen piece of the King Von footage of the night that he passed away. Now, I'm not sure why they keep dropping little parts of it instead of releasing the whole dang video, but I guess what's in the dark must come to the light. And with that being said, they also haven't dropped the body cam to Slutty, King Von's boy Slutty, who passed away during the whole event, and his other partner who passed away, Louie, which I'm waiting to see those. But anyways, chat, drop them snakes. All my slimes in attendance. Let's jump right into this new footage. Now, I don't know what the objective was of releasing this new footage right here, but all I gotta say is, damn, did they expose the hell out of Officer Francois, aka 100 Track. What's going on, my boy? Trill, I see you. But let's jump right into it, and y'all tell me what y'all think. I could show you better than I could tell you.
Who did the shooting?
Now you hear him. He said, who did the shooting? Watch this.
Of our guys.
I'm not really sure who did it. Like I may know because it was with Francois.
Fix this audio.
You hear what he just said? Locker may know because it was with Francois. Let's hear that again.
I'm not really sure who did it. Like I may know because it was with Francois.
Now you hear how he identified Francois? He didn't say Francois like it was somebody on the street or he just met this guy. He said it was Francois, like they all know who Francois is. Now that name came up again, but yet nobody could identify who Officer Francois is. Now it's been reported on a few occasions that 100K Track is Officer Francois, and he works as an undercover. Now we don't know how true that is, but it's kind of suspect at this point. They said it was 2 off-duty Atlanta officers that was working that night. On the 911 dispatch audio, it said Officer Francois was shot. We also know that 100K Track was shot. Then guess what? Can y'all guess what 100K Track real name is? Jameson Francois, and he was born May 19th, 1991. Now, I have told y'all plenty of times of these CIA plants being in the music industry and people who are plants or put in position in that industry to push a narrative like Agents of Chaos or whatever. But it's no way that an officer was described as Francois, which is a 100K Track last name, says he was shot, and to this day we don't know of any other officer Francois that was there that night. So who is he? And if there's one that exists, where is he? And it seemed like this was a thing before, and suddenly it just got swept under a rug and everyone just stopped talking about it.
Yeah, I was up there with Stanley on McCaskey.
So he's absolutely right, gang. And let me tell y'all something. Most of us, at least the ones with common sense, already knew this from day one, just with the little bit of footage and the little bit of information that was out, that what was going on with Officer Francois, allegedly. Now, it all started with, let's say, the police scanner clip that came out, which I will show you guys in a few, which says they got Officer Francois grazed by a bullet, laying on the floor, waiting for assistance. Now, before that video went viral on the internet and did its rounds, Jameson Francois, who's very secretive about his name, just likes to be called 100K Track. You don't even know his name is Jameson Francois unless you do some extensive research. But this man was the only person with the name Francois there. Not to mention the only person that got shot in the leg. Then, like I said before the clip, I guess they released the police scanner clips fast. Before the clip even made its rounds, you go on DJ Akademiks, which I don't know why you went there. Maybe to try to be manipulative. Maybe to try to, sway the story in your favor. I'm not sure, but to me, it's like being interrogated without a lawyer. You pretty much just went on there and made a bunch of statements that people are going to hold you word for word until this day. Like, look at how many DJ Akademiks interviews that, have been studied. Little Dirk, King Von, you. But anyways, you go on this interview, which we're going to play a couple clips of that in a few, and you tell DJ Akademiks, like I said before, this police scanner made its, rounds around the internet, how you got grazed in the leg also when King Von was unalive. Now, let's make that make sense. Because, like AK-47 said before, he playing us like we stupid. You really telling us there was another Francois there that got shot in his leg also, grazed in his leg? You use the same exact language to DJ Akademiks? Like I said, we're going to quote you word for word on that interview, that interrogation. Use the same exact wording as the police scanner. That's how we knew from day one that it's true. But let me show y'all something. So just for those who want a little proof, this was 5 years ago, chat. Look like a badge, Officer Francois, but this is just saying 5 years ago how King Von's manager Francois was telling DJ Akademiks that he was grazed by a bullet during a gun battle that night. The same thing the police scanner says right after this clip. Check this out, y'all.
King Von's manager, Jameson Francois, with 100K Management, has done interviews with hip-hop music insiders like DJ Akademiks describing how he was grazed. Remember that, everybody, grazed.
Like he said, remember that, everybody, grazed. Is that just another coincidence? Like your last name is Francois? That you use grazed also like the police scanner? Come on now.
Never got shot. Never got grazed.
Let's be clear. But this says grazed by a bullet during the gun battle. Okay? He claims most of the bullets sprayed.
He also used that word, sprayed, that they said on the police scanner. We're going to see it right after this.
I want you to listen.
Slime, dude.
Sprayed. Remember these words. Sprayed. That night came from police.
You want to...
So now here's the police scanner right here, chat.
The officer Francois.
Advise what's going on with that officer. They're asking the other officer what's going on with, the other officer. Now he's saying he's grazed in his leg. Listen.
Condition of the officer,
He says in 4 of the radio, Officer Francois, same exact way as Jameson Francois spells it, got sprayed. And when he got sprayed, he got grazed in the leg.
Francois got sprayed. Right here.
Hey.
You heard him? He got grazed and he's on the floor right there. Alright? Now, Jameson Francois, like I said, he's very secretive about his name. Very suspicious. And watch when we play this parts of this DJ Akademiks interview back that he did, the day after. Especially with that police scanner floating around and he didn't know about it. But I also find out that this man went as far as to change his name that same night that this happened to King Von, the same timeline, to straight 100K track. He wanted to drop the whole Jameson Francois for some reason. And it says it just right here. I asked Google AI, did he want people to stop calling him Jameson Francois? Because I remember he was very secretive about his name after that. And he was just calling himself 100K track, even after his marriage, which was kind of weird. The woman's supposed to get the last name. Like, it made no sense to me. But as you read, the confusion around this stems from an interview. Subsequent rumors on social media. 100K track claimed that he changed his name during an explanation regarding internet rumors that accused him of working with law enforcement. His explanation: rumors surfaced after the night King Von was shot, alleging that an Atlanta police officer named Francois was listed at the scene, leading some fans to discuss track of being an undercover agent. Track went live to deny this, stating it wasn't a complete coincidence that an officer shared his last name. No, that it was a complete coincidence. I think that's a little bit too much of a coincidence. 100K track, I am not buying that. Then all of a sudden you want to change your name. During that response, he stated that he had since legally changed his name and no longer goes by Jameson Francois. Prefer to be called just Track. What? And now I'm thinking he is King Von's manager the whole time, not Little Dirk. That actually adds motive to the situation. Am I right or wrong, chat? Now I'm going to show you something else that's going to blow your mind. But like I said, you guys heard that police scanner, right? What did the police scanner say? 1 second. The police scanner said that Officer Francois has been grazed in his leg and he's laying on the floor. Now watch when you hear the DJ Akademiks interview after this, and he says the same exact thing, how he was grazed in his leg. Now I'm seeing too many coincidences, buddy. And the sad thing is when people like, King AK-47, I remember, had a chance to ask you one-on-one, like, why was your name brought up in the police scanner and stuff like that. And the man got the nerve to tell us, do you think he was the only Francois at the scene. And I'm like thinking, yes, most likely Francois is actually even a Haitian last name, I believe. I think he was the only Francois at the scene, not to mention that was shot. Who else got shot that night? And then in their leg, just like AK-47 said, like, are you playing me for being stupid or something? Check this out. This is his rebuttal to why was there an Officer Francois also grazed in his leg on the police scanner the same night King Von was unalive. And you was grazed in your leg also. But it wasn't you. And your name's Francois. Your government name, which we know the police is gonna use the government, not no nickname. Now, who's the only person named Francois? Jameson Francois.
Am I the only Francois? Am I the only person named Francois in the world?
I think you was the only Francois.
See, you can't justify a name by a position. All you could justify a name by is what you see the person.
AK-47 kept it real. He said, yeah, I do think you was the only Jameson Francois there. I do too.
Was doing. If my whole career is music, how can I be a cop? When I got shot, I already left the screen. I went because remember, I didn't know where I got shot at, so I went for cover. I didn't know what was going on. Just like you could see other interviews, I would have been. That don't make any sense.
Happened in Atlanta.
How am I gonna be? Listen, how am I gonna be a manager, an executive, and be an officer at the same time? How can I have so many traits if I'm already?
He talks to us like we're dumb, like there's not hip hop police and stuff like that.
Already an executive and I got a record label and got artists. How am I gonna have time to be an officer?
You talking to me like I'm a fool though.
No,
like, what you mean? How it happen? It can happen. Hey,
So-
I'm not let way in the fuck you about to sit here and tell me, Mr. Francois, that it was a nigga with your last name in the same city, man. You not about to sit here and tell me that? Come on, man.
My bad, chat, if that volume was loud. But yeah, his rebuttal to all that stuff that happened was just nasty. Like such a coincidence, beyond coincidence. And the only thing you can say is you're not the only Francois that was at that little shabby freaking spot. Come on now. Sound like BS. Now we got all this more footage coming out, which just puts the cherry on top for me. But before I bring y'all back to the DJ Akademiks interview, where he's pretty much making statements about that night, and he does a few slip-ups, which got him all in this mess, like where he slipped up and said he was grazed. Even though the police scan already said, Officer Francois was grazed and we need assistance, he went on Akademiks, not knowing about the clip, and also said he was grazed in his leg. You didn't say you was shot in your leg, but you said you was grazed in your leg. So I want to play that clip, which is another, red flag right there. And then the man just disappeared. Where's he been? So people coming up with the narrative, YNW Melly, King Von. Was there life insurance involved? What's going on? Who knows? But let me show you something that's really gonna blow y'all mind right here. The King Von footage. 1 second, boys. Tell me what y'all think about this. Now they're saying this is track right here, y'all, in the footage. Check this out. So they're saying this is 100K track right here, chat, in the footage. Now pay attention to this.
I played the Chicago track again, living down Chicago. Now look, watch this dude. Boom.
This is track right here I'm
Look,
pointing to,
he
allegedly.
stumbled. Vaughn was good, he stumbled. Then here come little Kim, little Tim come from the corner. All right, watch this again. Watch this again. Boom.
If you look close, chat, you could see there's something red in that guy's hand. I'm not sure what it is. Let me blow it up full screen for y'all so y'all can see this real good. So check this out. The person who this guy is saying is track 100, who I'm going to tell you why I believe is track 100 now, because what he says in this DJ Akademiks interview that he did, you know, a day after this, which I'm going to show y'all. But check this out. So he's saying this is track right here.
If that wasn't, what's the name, track from 100K Management, best believe.
And that's
King
fine.
Von boys were there for him like he's.
Now remember, in the beginning, Hookah said that there was 2 undercover cops there that we don't know about. I think one was Track, and he says in the DJ Akademiks interview, he brought 2 security guards with him for Vaughn. I think those might have been police officers too. But this guy is saying allegedly Track, somebody pops Vaughn in the leg before Tim comes around the car and hits Vaughn again. Check this out.
He's supposed to be, but I believe that's Track. That he even looked like Track. Dude skinny, he built just like him and everything, same height and everything.
Pause. So this is Vaughn right here. They're saying this is Track. Now Vaughn just jumped right out of his car, went right at Rondo. Now all the people followed Vaughn, a few of his friends, and started jumping Rondo.
Same height.
Now I want you to know how funny 100K Track is. That's why I'm playing this video. He's acting real funny and suspicious. If this is him, see how this guy is not even throwing a punch or kick. Not saying he has to fight, but not even trying to break it up. Nothing. If you ask me, he's stepping back a little bit. Then he looks down the street where the alleged police are, which nobody really knows about until the shooting probably happens. And some say he might be signaling little Tim to get out the car, because little Tim comes out the car right from the side of this thing. So look, he backs up.
And everything.
Vaughn is throwing them punches right there. They're actually saying he shot Vaughn in the leg. I don't know about that. I can't confirm that. That's why Vaughn's leg looks like that and he tripped. He could be aiming low, but I don't know. But he is acting funny how he's so far away when all Vaughn's real homies is in there throwing punches and kicks.
That's when King Von stumbled. I'm gonna let y'all.
You see it? Now look at how far back allegedly Track is. And then behind Track is his security. So you got 2 security that are police officers and they ain't do jack shit. It's all Vaughn's homies up there swinging and fighting.
See it one more time.
And I didn't really believe this was Track until I watched this DJ Akademiks interview that I'm going to show you right after this, where I said it's like an freaking interrogation without a lawyer. And he says out of his own mouth, Francois, that he went to the car when King Von was sleeping. And when he went to the car, allegedly, somebody also came up to the car and woke up King Von and said Quando was there. Yeah, you probably did it. But allegedly, he said somebody else came to the car when he did and then woke him up and said Quando's there. So them people in the car who was with BJ, a girl, King Von who was just woken up, Francois and the person who he didn't want to give their name. Remember, he wouldn't give the person's name, which is a little fishy too. We're gonna see the clip. And he says those are the only people that knew Quando was there because the person came knocking and said Quando's there. So those 4 people run towards Quando and they stop fighting. And that looks like what we see right now. And he says he wasn't behind where everybody else was. He was on the side of King Von. And you can see that and also see he didn't do jack shit.
Farm boys were there for him like he's supposed.
But this, he said in the car, was BJ. It was a girl that King Von was with. And then it was him, Francois. And then the person who is probably right behind him right now that came knocking on the car and saying, you know, Quando's here or whatever. So Von jumped out, ran right towards him, and only a couple people knew about it, and the rest followed.
But I believe that's track. That it even looked like track.
But what's in Track's hand right here? If that's Track, it's blurred out in red.
He built just like him in there.
You see him sneaking and creeping.
And everything.
They saying he aimed right at Von's
height and everything.
Leg. I don't know about that.
King Von stumble. I'm gonna let y'all see it one more time.
I can't confirm that, but to me, I can't confirm. It does look like he's doing something fishy. Look how far back he is. Enough for little Tim to come running out the cut. Maybe even a signal or two. Then I wonder what these trucks and cars are doing right here. These 2 things parked. Same truck, 21 Savage, gifted to Caleb B.
There's Track right there. That's what I be. There's Track right there. Watch his hand.
Watch his hand.
Boom. Watch Von stumble. See? That hit me thigh.
I'm not sure. I don't know if Von would just stumble if he got hit. He might just drop to the floor like Tim did. But maybe he was doing some other suspect stuff. We can't believe nothing he says because he's telling us that wasn't him on the police scanner. Obviously, no other person named Francois is getting shot out here.
Alright.
Where's the guy at? So now let's go right to the interview I want to show y'all. Y'all ready? His interview with DJ Akademiks about a day after this happened, where I believe, you know, he made a lot of statements that he shouldn't have said. That's, you know, digging him deep right now. But check this out. Before we see that, let me show you how this man was really grazed. This is new footage too. Grazed, shot, and in the hospital, chat. Let me see. Where was it at? And he says his name, chat. Ready? The nurse asks him his name. Ready? So he doesn't know. There's the police scanner going out saying Officer Francois has been grazed in his leg.
Just a group people following you because they know you the man.
Oh, no, not me.
Okay.
It's on it's 3 or 4 cars.
Okay. Yeah.
So just follow. Everybody in the parking lot waiting on the artist to pull up. And then out of nowhere, you just hear gunshots. Everybody starts screaming.
Who's the artist?
Huh?
Who's the artist?
There's a couple artists there.
Okay. So you were waiting for the artist to pull up at the big.
Whoa. Sounds like he's high right now, I'm assuming, off a little bit of drugs. And in the other interview where Akademiks we're gonna see, he says that he goes and meets King Von there. But he just said, well, high or whatever, medicated, that he was there waiting for the artists. What artists? King Von and Quando? Or maybe it's just the medication, who knows. But this is the part I want to play, not that. Hold on. Hold on, gang.
People follow you because they know you the man.
Oh, no, not me.
Okay.
I'm talking about it's 3-4 cars.
Okay.
Oh, it's right here, actually. All right.
First name Jameson, last name.
You hear that? First name Jameson, last name Francois.
Turn the captions on.
First name Jameson, last name.
You hear that? First name Jameson, last name Francois.
First name Jameson, last name.
How you doing today, Charlene? Happy Wednesday. Something new every day with this King Von case. They dropping little crumbs at a time for some reason. I don't know what their objective or their motive was this time, but they exposed the hell out of Francois. He's over here in the hospital right after that leg shot, telling you his name is, Jameson Francois. Now, right after this is pretty much when them police, scanner clips get leaked, the recordings come out, and we hear what they were saying.
What?
That's your phone number?
Which one?
It ain't looking good for him right now, chat. Let's jump to this interview. Trill Full, is that really you? I gotta make sure it's no troll or nothing.
Let me just.
So let's jump into this interview. Let's start it right over here. 1 second. So this the interview, y'all, where he tells Akademiks also, before he noticed that, the police scanner clip was making its runs around the internet, that he got grazed in his leg. Mind you, the same language used on the scanner. Not that it's worse already. Your name is Francois. You know what I mean? And you only rebuttal him. Was I the only Francois there? Most likely. But now you gonna use the same language, broski? Well, let's check this interview out.
0.5 second. I'm into the car where it's me in the passenger side, one more person in the driver's side, I believe was his DJ, him in the back with a female, and one more and one.
Listen to this, guys. This is what I was explaining to y'all earlier about how he was saying that he got there, knocked on the window, King Von sleeping in the car. Listen, very fishy interview to me. Like I said, I don't know if he was trying to be manipulative. I don't know if he was trying to lean things in his way. Let's see.
One more person in the driver's side, I believe was his DJ. Him in the back with a female, and
Vaughn.
one more of the guys sitting by the side that I just called in previously to come smoke. Because it was.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 40.
It was cold outside. I'm like, yo, come in, let's smoke right quick, because I don't think you're ready to go in. So from that 1.5 second, jumped out, that situation happened. Security didn't know what was going on. Half of the guys that y'all blaming didn't know what's going on. By the time everybody realized what's going, if you peep at the footage, Vaughn and his one security is the only one that's by Quando physically. Everybody else is in the back. Why do you think it's a back trailing? Nobody even got a check. They running to the scene. By the time they were running to the scene, shots fired. And then not only, bro, nobody was running from the shooter that shot Vaughn. Because y'all could clearly see that once he shot Vaughn, everybody moved back. People were still there. It's the police that started shooting uncontrollably.
It looked like that person got shot too. So this was also confusing, right? So when Vaughn is shot, like, and he's whatever, people are saying that some whoever was trying to take his chain off or something, because it looked like he was being held up a bit, and then somebody punched that person.
Vaughn was shielding himself.
Looking at the social media
passenger side, one more person in the driver's side, I believe, was his homeboy coming to the car where it's me in the passenger side. One more person in the driver's side, I believe, was his DJ. Him in the back with a female, and one more. And
so he's talking about the person that came to the car and woke King Von up and said that Quando's outside. He's saying allegedly that person came to the car, woke King Von up the same time that Track had went up to the car to go check on King Von. Another hell of a coincidence, right? Like I said, there's a lot of coincidences with this guy. But so he says that's what happens. Let's hear him out again.
One more of the guys sitting by the side that I just called in previously to come smoke because it was cold outside. I'm like, yo, come in, let's smoke right quick because I don't think you're ready to go in. So
saving his ass.
1.5 second jumped out. That situation happened. Security didn't know what was going on. Half of the guys that y'all blaming didn't know what's going on. By the time everybody realized what's going, if you peep at the footage, Vaughn and his one security is the only one that's by Quando physically. Everybody else is in the back. Why do you think it's a back trailing? Nobody even got a check. They running to the scene. By the time they were running to the scene, shots fired. And then not only, bro, nobody was running from the shooter that shot Vaughn. Because y'all could clearly see that once he shot Vaughn, everybody moved back. People were still there. It's the police that started shooting uncontrollably.
It looked like that person got shot too. This was also confusing, right? So when Vaughn is shot, like, and he's whatever, people are saying that whoever was trying to take his
chain. All right, now check this. You see him describe what happened when they woke him up. Now this part gets even more like it makes zero sense what he says right here. Listen to this.
Telling me that she's talking to Vaughn on the afterlife with a spiritual reader, and Vaughn is telling her this stuff. What type of goofy shit you on, man?
So do you think it's because she's hurt or she's clout chasing?
If she hurt, we hurt. Be hurt. Take your phone, move the phone out your hand, bro. Stop tweeting goofy shit because you ain't making no sense at all.
So again, loosely, we don't have to get into specifics. There are also people
spontaneous events.
Just introduce and just you could say whatever you can or as much as you can, because I know some people. Again, I know even with them listening to this, they're saying, "Man, how about you tell us why if you were the manager with him every day, why couldn't you have prevented this from happening? And also, what happened?"
This is actually the part I wanted to play of starting him off in the interview at, like, why didn't you stop it as the manager? And we're going to play that little video I just played again, where he didn't put one hand in to punch, to separate, nothing. If anything, looked like he was giving cues, he was backing off. Let's listen.
Obviously.
All right, so what happened that night, unlike what everybody think, it was all spontaneous events. It's sad to say, but Vaughn at that time wasn't at the right place. I wasn't at the right state.
Suspicious.
No, you guys could take it how you want to take it from there, but he wasn't in the right state.
How he starts the story off with King Von wasn't in the right state of mind, somebody that barely does drugs, drink lean, or anything, and then says, y'all take it how you want it. It don't really sit right, but let's hear him.
State of his mind. So when he had a album release party, once we left the album release party, from there it was complete confusion. Von travels with 3 to 4 security, armed security, because he
has security.
Of course he has security. He can't carry a weapon. Oh, he gotta have security. He travel with 3. This is a superstar. You think we're not gonna make him travel with security?
But security ain't do
one
a
of the
thing.
big questions is like, wait, was he just moving with street guys? Why didn't he have security?
Von had 3. I travel with 1 security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a bulletproof truck.
So you heard him. I travel with security that travels with Von, and Von travels with security. Now I got a question. Could the security been these undercover cops? Because like we seen in the beginning where Hookah said, in the new footage, there was 2 undercover cops that was there, plus all the cops at the end of the street. Now I think one of them might have been Track, allegedly, and who he brought with him, and possibly one of them that was with Von. Listen to the rest of what he says. These security did absolutely nothing. They left their guns in the cars, their blicks, right before Quando pulled up, right before anything happened, coincidentally.
So all this extra speculations about security and not doing a job, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily, and they protect and love Von more than any security would. Matter of fact, I will put Von's life in his guys' hands before I put on security. That's how.
You hear that? Now, that's probably the truest thing he said. I would put Von's life in his hands, guys, before his security. Look what his security did, and look what his guys did. We watch the footage, and we see BJ, all his boys, Muwap, the ones fighting and swinging for him, and the security doing jack shit. Even his manager, Track, is backing up.
Posted. Those guys will lay their life on. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even say what lay they did. 2 died of the situation.
Exactly. Rest in peace, Slutty. Rest in peace, Louie. The only 2 body cams we didn't see yet. The security didn't die over it. The manager who's getting paid didn't die. The friends died.
And those 2 is not the only ones like that. All his guys is like that. But you guys don't know what happened, bro. So, I'm gonna go on a quick description of what happened that night, so y'all could really know what happened. We left Opium, which was his album release party. I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 on Entourage. Everybody mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb.
Hold on, let me find the footage. We're going to line it up with his story.
Have no acknowledgement.
Watch this. See if that was him that night. Ready? Watch. Line it up.
This team that have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete Von decision. And he had the right to make those decisions.
Wait, hold on. So the y'all left Opium and went to a different club?
Which we didn't even know was going to act.
Okay. So the club that's in that security footage that's not Opium.
That's not Opium.
Oh, okay.
That's an after hour spot that we didn't even have no acknowledgement that we was going to.
Okay.
So really everybody jumped in the car. I drove to the club with Von in the Hellcat. So going out the club, he jumped into the bulletproof truck, and it was him and maybe 2 or 3 more individuals in the drive. So everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb or to the hotel, and Von literally went to the venue by himself.
Here we go, chat. Listen to this.
For like 30-35 minutes, and everybody outside is cold and it's shivering. Like everybody outside wondering, like, what's going on? So people starting to go back in the cars. Like all the Entourage, everybody was with. They went back in the cars. So I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Vaughn. Went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Vaughn, bro, what's going on?
Listen to all these hell of a crazy coincidences. Now I'm looking back, which I always thought this, that this guy's mentioning. So he goes up to the con, yo, Vaughn. Vaughn's sleeping.
Everybody here, wait, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. So at that time, this is where the security come in at. At that time, we're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Vaughn's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. So they do their rounds. They go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no threat. Now, common sense, if you guys know security, nobody cannot go inside a club with a weapon. No matter who you is, you cannot enter a building with a weapon, especially a venue. So being alert that we're going into the club, all security put their weapon inside their cars because we're thinking we're going inside the club. Now, right?
Coincidence, chat, and none of this stuff adds up. How like the timeline he's telling it in. So right before Quando and Tim about to pull up, they decide all of a sudden King Von's up. They're gonna go in the club. Wait a minute, I thought you woke King Von up when Quando got there. But anyways, they're gonna go in the club. Let's put all the weapons away now before he pulls up.
Before we go inside
Coincidence.
The club, one of his homeboys came to the driver's side and they said, hey.
Now another coincidence, chat. Listen to this. Right when he hides the weapons, or the bodyguards, security, everybody hides the weapons. All of a sudden, they about to go in the club. The guy also comes in who knocks on the window to say Quando is there. What a coincidence. All this shit happens at the same time. You walk up to the car to check on King Von. He wakes up. Y'all get ready to go in. Y'all put the weapons away. Somebody else comes right at the same moment. Says Quando there. Is it bad timing or just a damn coincidence?
We seen so-and-so. I'm not going to say no names. We seen so-and-so in the car. And instantly.
In a car or in the spot?
No, we seen he literally, our car is right here.
Yeah.
And so-and-so put up right there. So you had Von car, which is one car before. You had another car, which is our car right here. And you had other people parked, scattered everywhere else. And one of Von homeboys came to him and was like, hey, we seen so-and-so in the car. He's asleep. And he jumped up. I'm talking about like.
Wait. So the other dude was sleeping?
I'm gonna line it up perfect, watch, and this is why I think that might be 100K track, and I didn't think it the first time I watched that until I went back and watched this interview.
Or just like just not aware type shit.
The other artist was sleeping, unaware. He just put up to the club. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give nobody no name.
Yeah.
So this makes no sense. Ak is asking him about the guy that came up to the car, who he won't give the person's name, who woke up King Von and said Quando is there. I'm starting to think he might have been the one to do it, or one of the people that was with him, so he wouldn't be the face that did it. Because look at his answers to this real quick.
So you had Von car, which is one car before. You had another car, which is our car right here. And you had other people parked, scattered everywhere else. And one of Von homeboys came to him and was like, hey, we seen so-and-so in the car. He's asleep. And he jumped up. I'm talking about like.
Wait. So the other dude was sleeping? Or or just like just not aware type shit.
The other artist was sleeping, unaware. He just put up to the club. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give nobody no name.
Yeah.
Who was
he
sleeping?
Put up to the club. And I believe it was just him and his driver. That's what supposedly what it was. Him and his driver. And a McLaren or some type of car they had. So one of the guys.
So he talking about the guy that woke up King Von. First he said he was sleeping. Then he's saying he came with his buddy, one other guy, in a green McLaren. You hear him? Sound like a little cap to me.
Aware type shit.
The other artist was sleeping, unaware. He just.
I'm telling y'all, it's just like an interrogation with Akademiks.
I don't give nobody no name.
Yeah.
Whatever. He put up to the club, and I believe it was just him and his driver. That's what supposedly what it was. Him and his driver, and a McLaren or some type of.
Can we get a footage check for a slime ball green McLaren?
Car they had. So one of the guys spotted him, and they came to the car where me, Vaughn, BJ, and a female, and one more person was in the car. And
Remember?
he came to the car and said, "Hey, so and so's here," and Vaughn just jumped up like, "Oh, come on, let's go!" And with that reaction being so fast, we're like, "Hey, hold on, slow down." I'm like, "Hold on, what we about to do? Hold on, like you got jewelry on, all type of stuff. Hold on, bro." From that split second of his friend coming to tell him, Vaughn was out the car, and this is somebody who's normally, like I said, calm, collective.
Now, unfortunately, he don't tell us who the friend that pulled up in the McLaren was that told him this. I wonder if it was him. Who knows?
Look around all the areas, just fill all the blank, because he been out here, so he know what to do. For some reason, that night, he was completely off. He jumped out the car. By the time Vaughn jumped out the car,
Why was he completely off? He did what he had to do. He got out the car and handled his business. Y'all were off.
I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling. From that 1.5 second of brawling at, one of his so-and-so
line it up
came through the side of a white car that we didn't even know was with so-and-so. That's how unaware the situation was.
Right there, side of the white car.
Came out the car from the side, like y'all can see on the camera, and shot Vaughn and me 4 times. I think he let 4 or 5 shots off.
And him
3 or 4 times. I got hit in the leg.
So check that out. They shot him and they shot Vaughn. I believe allegedly Tim, who comes out the side of this white car, which we don't show on here because it's a little graphic. But before that, what's Track running around with in his hand right here? That's, blurred out red. If it is anything. But as you see, it lines up the footage better when he's telling the story. But he even says the shots hit his leg. I showed y'all the footage of him in the hospital the same night as King Von. Him saying his name is Francois Jameson. The cops go and say we got a Francois grazed. You know they're going to use the government name, not no nickname. So make it make sense.
Started bleeding. Went for cover. He was down.
Are you on that security footage too?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm the one that's moving as the.
Oh, right here. Ready? He said, was you in that security footage? Listen to him.
Altercation happening. I'm the one that's right by him, moving back. When the guy came and shot him, I was the one that was right by him. That's when the bullet hit me. So it was God grace that I didn't get shot nowhere else but my leg.
So
tell me that ain't him, chat.
I think people are looking at the social media, but when you're talking about people that weren't there speculating, some people online saying, "Yo, what happened is all the guys left them. They just left them out there." Like Von's last words were like, "Yo, listen, y'all let him get up on me like this."
And like he said, Von's last words is, "Y'all let him get up on me like this." Look at 100K Tracks whole movements. That man didn't do nothing. And I think this is the person that he brought with him, probably another officer, who knows, or the person he just told us he called to the car to smoke, probably was the person he had wake up Von. You know what I mean? But look at how him and that person's just sneaky right here. He runs to like the spot Quando and Von is. Why'd you run to that spot just to do nothing? You didn't even try to break it up. You didn't say stop. You ran to that spot, and what everybody's saying is you put your hand up and it looks like you did something to Von. Now, I don't know how true that is, but he ran to that just to run back. Look, he's not doing jack. As a manager, bro, that's sad.
That type of stuff.
I'm gonna clarify all that. That's false. First of all, the only people that knew what was about to happen.
Listen to this.
Remember, when I say knew what was about to happen, I'm not talking about 5-10 minutes resonating what's going on. I'm talking about 1.5 seconds of his homeboy coming to the car where it's me in the passenger side, one more person in the driver's side, I believe was his DJ, him in the back with a female, and one more of the guys sitting by the side that I just called in previously to come smoke because it was cold outside. I'm like, yo, come in, let's smoke right quick because I don't think you're ready to go in. So from that 1.5 second jumped out, that situation happened. Security didn't know what was going on.
With the footage,
the guys that y'all blaming didn't know what's going on. By the time everybody realized what's going, if you peep at the footage, Vaughn and his one security is the only one that's by Quando physically. Everybody else is in the back. Why do you think it's a back trailing? Nobody even got to check. They're running to the scene. By the time they're running to the scene, shots fired. And then not only, bro, nobody was running from the shooter that shot Vaughn. Because y'all could clearly see that once he shot Vaughn, everybody moved back. People were still there. It's the police that started shooting uncontrollably.
It looked like that person got shot too. This was also confusing, right? So when Vaughn is,
so what y'all think about this? So now I think even this might be Track listening to his words on that interview, you know, the day after all this happened, and then watching this footage from 5 years ago. But I don't know if he actually shot Vaughn or anything like that. It's just too hard to tell. Some people said he used a silencer or something like that. And that's what made Tim come out the car because he heard the shot. But I don't know how true that is. Listen.
Right there. Kevon, right there. Look. Peep it out. Boom. Lose the balance. Okay, got shot. Then that's when little Tim come from around the corner and shoot King Von at the heat shaper. Boom. I know some of y'all already aware of this and already done seen this because I seen another video with somebody pointing that out. Boom. And look, then he's sitting there on Lil Tim. Lil Tim come from around the corner. Then shoot King Von.
Crazy. To me now, it makes sense. This looks like the exact story that your boy was telling. The people in the car, the first ones to know about it, when whoever came up to that car and said Quando was in the car, then they all ran after Vaughn and followed him. Then everybody else behind that followed them. So was these the people in the car, which is Track right here, the people he called to smoke behind him, BJ right over here, and also a female it looks like over there.
Either way, King Von was slipping at night.
See the female right here, chat. This is exactly who must have been in that car, like Francois was just telling us.
And that's only because, you know what I'm saying?
I also always question these two cars right here, especially when that looks like the same exact Range Rover 21 Savage, whose uncle owns this hookah lounge, gifted to Kayla B. Why they parked right there with their lights on, ready to peel off when the cops come
around the corner and shoot King Von at the heat shaper.
Look at how I just can't get by how sneaky and creepy this dude Track's moving.
Boom. Lose the balance.
Look at him, chat. Look at how creepy he's moving and sneaky around that truck. First of all, your boy's over there about to stomp on somebody. What are you doing?
Keep on.
Look at him raising his hand. What did he do?
Right look.
Poop.
Peep it out. Boom.
Bounce back.
Lose his balance. Okay, he got shot.
Now that could be exaggerating, like it's too small for me to tell. Maybe he didn't do nothing and his hand just went up. But literally he did do nothing.
And that's when little Tim come from around the corner and shoot King.
But look it right there. It looked like a little stick was just sticking out his hand too in that little
And
spot.
that's when little Tim come from around the
Right here, that looked like a little stick or something sticking out of his hand.
corner and shoot King Von after he shoot.
A lot of fishy shit going on.
I know some of y'all already aware of this and already done seen.
But this man Francois is to watch out for. First of all, we've been saying this since back in the day. You gave up freaking YNW Melly's phone to the police. That was not right. The man's still on trial, fighting for his life, all because you gave that damn phone to the police that got the freaking pictures and text messages inside of the phone. When I would have been like F the popo and threw that shit in the river and told him I lost it. Just like that. But no, you got a job to do. You got an obligation to fill. So people were saying back then, what's the motive? Is it life insurance? Are you signing these dudes that, are going to get locked up or know it's going to throw their life away? But then you was making comments how you gonna leave these street dudes away and stop all of a sudden because people keep throwing your name in the mix. Yeah, you was getting too hot like a stove. And you did cool off for a little bit. But looked like the feds or somebody not happy with you. Because why they drop this footage on you? Exposing you. Proving everything we was saying was correct. That it's impossible. 100% impossible for there to be two Francois that night inside that hookah lounge that got shot around the same exact time that we see the police scanner came in. Impossible. Now, you didn't know that police scanner was going to get leaked like police scanners usually do. And you went on DJ Akademiks and you made it even worse and threw more dirt on your grave when you said that you got grazed in your leg. Just like the cop said on the scanner. Let's play that one more time for the good time. That we got an Officer Francois grazed in his leg.
What's up, all
Let's
medias?
talk about it. Back then, you saying it was just a coincidence. What is it now with this new footage? With them actually saying what he said was Francois shot. Hold on, boys. Hold on. Let me play this police scanner one more time. Check this out, chat. It says this guy has gotten information from people and videos sent to him. This was 5 years ago of people trying to explain that, Jameson Francois, who calls himself 100K Track, was an undercover this whole time. Like I said, nobody really knew his name was Jameson Francois. Like, after that night I just showed y'all, he legally even changed his name to straight 100K Track, which made no sense because he got married. How they gonna take your last name, your wife? But you so secretive of that name, and now I see why. But, 5 years ago, right when this happened, people already knew what was up. But look what this guy says. Says, and the time the call is made is 3:26, as you can see on the timestamp. So it lines up perfectly with everything. They arrive at the hookah lounge at about 3 a.m. He makes the call to dispatch to let them know they are in position. Who's dispatch? The people all the way at the end of the street? the cops standing there for no reason, or the two undercovers that was with the group trying to infiltrate them. Now this actually makes a lot more sense and gives me a lot more motives than people throwing Little Dirk's name under the bus. Why? Because Little Dirk ain't King Von's manager. You know who was his manager the whole time? Francois. You know what I'm saying? It gets creepy. So this guy says what? That he makes the call to dispatch, lets them know they are in position. That's his voice. He identifies himself attached to unit 6855. And he gives the location. Nail in the coffin, this guy's saying.
Identifies himself at 6855. After I do that, I'm gonna play his voice on the DJ Akademiks video or whatever video. You know what I'm saying? You can hear how he talk. And then we're gonna go back to that video right here. Hear how he talk. You know what I'm saying? See if we can match the voice. Hold on. I know it with him. It got to be him.
100%. And this is 5 years ago, chat.
I might not can find it out here. I'm just trying.
Mind you, now we even got the footage of him in the hospital the same night. Exactly when that call was made, like they said, 3:25 a.m. He's in the hospital shortly after that, what we just seen. They said, "What's your name?" What'd he say? Jameson Francois. What does he have? He's grazed in his leg. Now, you not telling me few minutes prior to that another officer named Francois, which is like a Haitian last name, got called in for being grazed in his leg. Come on now, how many people really got shot that night? And the question of the day is, where the hell is the other Francois at? The real police officer allegedly that got popped in his leg, that got no reason to hide. But guess what? He does got a reason to hide, because he's undercover. And it is Francois, allegedly. Now, another motive I want to throw to all of this is, could have they been starting the Little Dirk investigation and also the King Von investigation with all that FBG Duck stuff going on, with the cash stuff going on, the stuff we don't know about? You know, prior to them, they were just, causing havoc on the streets. So I wouldn't doubt if they were being infiltrated and they had the feds or somebody sending undercover in their group. Just how now they got recordings of Dirk, wiretaps, all that shit, because they do the sneaky stuff like this. But pay attention, chat. We're going to leave it off at this police scanner. We had this since day one. We had this since day one. And the only rebuttal your boy said was, well, you think I'm the only Francois in Atlanta? First of all, it's the only Francois at that hookah lounge that was grazed at 3:30 a.m. And yes, just like King 47 said, you not gonna play like we stupid, because we definitely not stupid, brother.
Because most of the bullets was grazed.
So listen, he said this out his own mouth to the Akademiks interview that I just showed y'all, but I'm not gonna play the whole hour interview. But he said a lot of shit that I said, it's like an interrogation. People gonna use every word against you.
What's his name? Jameson Francois. I think I'm saying his last name right. Either way, you know what I'm saying? This dude, he ain't even American. I guarantee he's a foreigner.
Vaughn's manager, Jameson Francois, with 100K Management, has done interviews with hip-hop music insiders like DJ Akademiks describing how he was grazed. Remember that, everybody, grazed.
He never got shot. Never got grazed.
Let's be clear. But this says grazed by...
Now remember, this was 5 years ago. I guess he was thinking he never got shot or grazed for some reason. But we just seen the footage I showed y'all of him in the hospital the same night. And, you know, he was shot and he said his name to the doctors.
Bullet during the gun battle. Okay? He claims most of the bullets sprayed. I just want you to listen.
Blind dude.
Sprayed. Remember these words?
That's another word, too, that the police used on the scanner. That's a hell of a coincidence. They said grazed after the bullets was sprayed. And he goes on Akademiks the next day, like I said, before the clip went viral and made its rounds, the little police scanner clip. It mostly went viral because he went and said this on Akademiks and said he was grazed after the freaking, like they said, the bullets was sprayed. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, that police talk is sticking to you or something.
That night came from police.
You want to...
You know what else is crazy too, now that I think of it? How they said King Von was not just hit by Little Tim, but was also hit by police. Now, allegedly, could have it been a police that was close up, that ran on the side of him, that we didn't really catch? Maybe. But check this police scanner. Copy, the person said, you need a officer. You need a 4 for an officer?
Francois.
Confirmed, police said back. Advise, what's going on with that officer, they asked. Condition of that officer, please, they're asking. Listen to what he said, straight up. Now, I believe he's standing right over Officer Francois. It might be the guy that, you know, he picked with him for security, which makes sense. Francois ran off, they're saying, to call dispatch. That's why you don't see him afterwards in the video. And he tells everybody, what'd he say, everybody? He called an Uber himself and went to the Uber to the hospital. Which don't make sense because everybody that got hit's gonna take an ambulance or something. Officer Francois got sprayed. Then he corrects it and says grazed. And he's laying on the floor right here. Like the guy said with the timestamps, 3:25, around the same time the shots took off. But you tell me this ain't the same Francois in the Akademiks interview that said was in the car with Vaughn? That stood right on the side of him? That stood right exactly on the side of him when he was swinging at Quando Rondo?
Somebody pointing that out.
Look. Oh, what's he pulling out? Look at his hand and his body. Now look what he's doing. This is very suspicious to me. He's looking at that truck that I said looks like the one gifted to Caleb B. That's on. Is there people in that truck that's playing a part? Or is he looking down the road, guys, where the cops are? That nobody knows about. That there's cops at the end with snipers, all that stuff down there.
And look, he's sitting there on look.
Maybe he didn't want to get hit because he's brandishing something, so he looked real quick. Boom. No clue. But as you see, when he did that, he turns his head back real quick, looks.
And look, he's sitting there on look.
I think that was little Tim running right around the corner. Some people said he heard the shot. That's why he came running around the corner. Now, no, you can't say that because it could be either or.
Yeah, the Tim come from around the corner. They shoot King Von. Either way, King Von was slipping that night.
Look at what the person's saying to him too. I don't know if it's true or not. It's for y'all to decide. It says the manager allegedly hit Von.
Let's be clear, but this says grazed by a bullet.
He failed to line. He didn't get shot or grazed. If he did, he did it to himself.
Von's manager, Jameson Francois.
Shout out to Audio Crack. You know what I'm saying? All this right.
Oh, you're saying. Look, hey, but the crazier part about it, you are the 10th person who told me the manager tracked blank Von too. Mind you, this is 5 years ago. Was this the motive?
Send to me. I'm gonna go to that next.
This is the nail in the coffin. What do you say about the dispatch lady?
Jameson Francois.
Send to me.
The dispatch, look it, the dispatch lady even says you arrived 3 a.m. and the time the call is made is 3:26, chat. So he said, I'm convinced that the manager is talking to the dispatch. Oh, shit.
I'm gonna go to that next.
The manager who is tracked is the one talking to the dispatch.
Alright. It's the Range Rover right there.
Look at the Range Rover 20-son Savage gifted to Caleb B. Look familiar?
You know what I'm saying? Look at the rims and all.
Look familiar?
You know what I'm saying?
Don't play with me, y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all since day one. So hold on, the guy said, wait a minute. So that was the manager. If that's the case, he was the one who signaled Tim to blast V. Roy. This guy who was showing the video said, forget signaling, bro. Keep your eyes on the manager's hand. We got a glizzy. Right. Look at the manner in which he creeps. Just like I was saying. Now, like I said, I can't confirm this part. It's too hard to guess or say what's in his hand.
My bad, y'all. Look.
And I'm not going to put that on anybody unless I know for sure.
Keep on right there. Look. Peep it out. Boom. Lose the balance.
But he is moving funny how he's backing away. He's not, doing anything at all.
Like he got shot.
And then you got his security staying way behind him. Like, what are you doing, bro? At this point, allegedly, no bullets, nothing was fired because little Tim's still in the car. Unless you the one that did it.
Shoot King Von after he shot.
Let me see. When he does that, does it get like people moving?
Boom. I know some of y'all already.
See, this looks like everybody that was in the car with him. Remember, he said like 5 dudes in the car. BJ, another dude, the girl.
Where it is and already done seen this. Because I seen another video with somebody pointing that out.
But yeah, that's about it for now, y'all. We're gonna leave it at that. So yeah, we on your ass track. Also, like I said earlier, big coincidence how, like I said, very secret of the name. Now all of a sudden, the night of this happened with Von, next day or so, same week, you change your name from Francois, like you was trying to cover up or run from that, little clip or story that happened. Look at my ferret popping out. Hey, baby. And then I'm like, who picks that name out of every name? And then, especially before you get married, a lot of stuff wasn't fitting that he was saying. And then, like I said, that the police scanner is the cherry at top. Of course, he didn't know that police scanner was going to get leaked. That those are one of the first things that always get leaked in an important case is the police scanner. Didn't know he was going to get shot and be on the police scanner. But yeah, they blew up his spot and exposed the hell out of him. Now, y'all drop y'all comments below and tell me what y'all think, if I'm wrong, if I'm right, or if I was on cue the whole time. So now that I look at it, I'm seeing a lot more motive than anybody else that was there. What y'all thinking, chat?